Good afternoon, traders. It is Tuesday, November 9th, 2021, and the U.S. stock market is closed. The Dow hit a little blip today after uh, making record highs yesterday, both intraday and on the close. It pulled back a little bit today, down officially 112 points. We had a terrible day. We seem to have terrible days whether the Dow goes up or whether it goes down. Um, we had 15 positions coming in uh, from yesterday. We had negative $5,000 in open trade yesterday on those 15 positions. We closed 14 of those out with negative over $17,000. So we saw our losses triple from yesterday on close to where they closed out today. Out of those, we closed out 14 of those 15 positions. And out of those 14 positions, 13 were negative and only one was positive. This is just an unbelievably horrible ratio of losing trades to winning trades. Historically, we average about 55% winners to 45% losers, and we do very well with that. But when we, when we lose 13 out of 14, that's just overwhelming. We got into we carried one position, then got into only one new position. Both are positive, and we're actually carrying just shy of $14,000 in open trade going into tomorrow. So on paper, it doesn't look too bad. Negative 17,000 on closed out, and positive 14,000 on open trade. But the way things have been going, that's small consolation. It was a bad day. It was just anytime you see that much loss, it's a bad day. I'll show you. I'm going to only have one thing that I want to show you and talk about. This is ATER, which is Aterian Incorporated. And this illustrates the problem that we're having all year, or at least since the end of February. We bought this yesterday on after the first hour. It closed slightly against us. Then we have this huge gap up, and I want to tell you that in the aftermarket, this was even higher. Okay, this thing was in the aftermarket, or not the aftermarket, the pre-market this morning, with about 5 minutes to go before the open this morning. This thing was at like $24,000. That was the value of this stock. Now I'm going to tell you, I can get out at that price. I can get out in the pre-market, but it's not the system. And is the system horrible? No, it isn't horrible. The system made nearly 300% last year, but ever since the end of February, the system has been doing horribly, and we're seeing these same patterns. And what disturbs me about this is that all the time that I have been trading, I've always noted that same patterns in stock trading don't last. They rotate. And yet this pattern is persistent. And the pattern that's persistent is the hedge fund managers, the whack-a-moles, come in and they hit anything that gets too high in the air. And that's exactly what was happening here. This trade had this huge gap up. It was up for us like $23,000 before, right before and right after the open this morning, and they just jumped on it. And by the time, by less than 30 minutes, they had driven this $22,000 trade down to $6,000 to $7,000, which is where it closed today. We're still in it, so we're not even out of it with those profits. It's our best trade for today, but we've seen $15,000 go up in smoke because of the whack-a-moles. And I've said this many times before, we make our money on these outlier trades. This is, well, at 20, anything over 20,000, we got to consider that an outlier. But these outliers have, a couple times during the year, they may go almost to $200,000. And that's why I hang on to them, because we get one or two of those a year, and it makes our year. We have to get these outliers, and they're not letting any of these outliers happen. We've only had one big one since the end of February, and that was in July. Otherwise, we've just been shut out, and they keep doing this over and over and over again. And it looks to me, I'm certain that this stock is not going to go up tomorrow. It might go lower, and we might get out where we are, but I would say extremely unlikely that this will go higher. This thing already did the thing it's going to do, and they got piles of shorts on this position right now. So we've just seen this pattern over and over and over again. We can't get an outlier, and if we can't get outliers, we can't make it. We can't make up for all the noise that we have to put up with trading all 50 of these positions. That's my rant for today. Hey, listen, I'll see you tomorrow.